Hi friends, Carrie from down in Texas. How are you today? I'm reaching out to all of my 60 plus graduates. That's high school graduates. Those of us that are in the final group of the baby boom generation. So that is anywhere from 58 to 70. If you're in that group, I really think this is an important message. If you're one of us who are looking at our retirement and thinking, what happened? So why do I say that? Well, this generation, our generation, is the first generation to have many of us who simply can't retire, would like to retire, are on the edge of retirement, but we're looking at those numbers and we're panicking because we are realizing that we are not quite there. Even though we would love to just say we're done and start the final chapter of our life, the golden years if they would, doing what we want, when we want, wherever we want, with whomever we want. Unfortunately for us in this particular group, we have suffered 3 catastrophic financial declines. Now, many of us, let me just preface this or say that there's many in this group that are perfectly good and they're sound and they're in retirement and they have all the money that they could need to be able to live their retirement the way that they would like. But there are significantly less of us that are able to do it in this generation than any generation prior to. And that's sad. Because if you're like me, I know you've worked really hard. And you worked really hard so you could get to the point where you could just do what you want. I'm in those shoes today at 61. And it's not because I haven't worked hard. I have worked my butt off. I have been in the insurance industry for 42 years. I'm a business owner. I've worked for companies. I've absolutely done everything that I was told to do. But what we've seen as a group is 3 catastrophes financially. First, we had the crash in the 80s from the oil industry, and I'm in Texas, so I'm talking to the group of us that are in that area where that had a financial devastating effect on our finances. The oil industry crashed in the 80s, and it took a long time in this region to get over that. Then we had 2008 and everybody took a hit. It was a massive collapse. We all know it. I know that in particular because I was in Arizona at the time, had to get out before it totally crashed and we lost everything and we moved back to Texas. But we took a substantial hit. Almost half of our financial assets. And then it took almost 10 years to sell our property from Arizona. So we lost 10 years to rent. And now we are in a recession. And don't let anybody tell you that we aren't, because we are and have been for 2 years. Our economy is the worst, really, since the Great Depression. And if you don't believe that, then you are not paying attention to what's going on and you are not reading. So what do we do? What do we do? I'm 61. I know I have at least 5 years left to go. I may need more than that. I may need 7 or 8 just to be in a position where I can retire comfortably and not worry that I'm going to run out of money. It is a worry that looms over you at this age, and you are constantly aware of it. You're constantly checking your accounts. Are you like me, where you checked them at the end of the year and then 2 days later you checked them again on the 2nd of January just to know exactly where you are, to see how it's all changing? It is exhausting. Truly, it's exhausting, and I understand where you are. And I would love to be able to say that I am in the same position as many of my other friends, but I'm just not. And it's the reality of my world. And so I have to do everything in my power to make sure that I can correct the situation. It's been on my mind for quite a while. 2.5 to 3 years, really, and maybe even longer. My husband is 64, and he is going through a terrible ordeal right now. He is on short-term disability because he had a major neck surgery that had to be done. As we get older, our medical expenses go up. It's just age. And there's not a whole lot you and I can do about it. So we have to be prepared for that too. Then we have to eat. We have to pay our loans. We have to pay our insurance. We have to pay our utilities. We just have to live. And that is getting harder and harder to do because the difference of the money that we used to have and how far it would go is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because our economy is in the worst state that it's been since the Great Depression. Does this sound like something that you're experiencing? I know many of you do. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. We've all worked really hard. And we've all saved really hard. A lot of these things are out of our control. I've also had, in my particular case, 2 catastrophic events in my personal life. One within the family and another one medically. And those expenses have literally devoured finances. So I had to do something, and I came across an opportunity a year ago. And I've sort of had to shelve it only because I've had other priorities. But I want to talk to you about this opportunity, and it is truly a remarkable opportunity. It is a passive income source. There's not a huge outlay of money. There's really $80 a year is all you have to pay to get started. It's an admin fee. And then if you want to test any of the fantastic products that are available, this is a multi-level social media distributorship for which you will get every single piece of education and support that you can possibly ever want. I've seen it. I've been watching it for a year. I've been experiencing it for a year. I've been experiencing and using the products that are unbelievable. Stress products, sleep products, protein products, skincare products, anxiety products, products for children, products for your hormone, products to help you lose weight, put on weight. I mean, it just goes on and on. Sleep, stress. I mean, I can't even tell you them all. There's so many of them. And it is with the largest mental wellness company in the world. Their products win first place in so many categories. And they're changing lives one household at a time. I know this because I did a lot of research before taking part in this program. I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting my time. I wanted to make sure the products were right. I wanted to make sure the compensation was right. I wanted to make sure the infrastructure was right to support me. So in 5 years, this can be my sole and complete source of passive income. I want to be sitting on a beach in Aruba and knowing that I'm still making money. Or having my hair done and knowing that I'm still putting money in the bank. Or going home to Australia where I'm from and knowing I'm still generating income. So I can always know that I am secure and have the funds that I need. Now, everything in life takes some work, and so does this. But I know people who've been on this platform that have been on it five years or so, and they're making 6 digits. It's nothing to sneeze at, guys. I know people who are leaving careers, teachers, IT people, everything you can imagine, because the compensation plan is truly the best in the business. I've been in sales all my life, and I have never seen a compensation plan this heavily loaded for the distributor and salesperson. Plus training, plus all of the technology and social media support that you could possibly ever want, instructions, one-on-one. I mean, it's just astounding. So what I see here is I see for those of us who are continuing to work, something we can add to our current situation where in 5 or 6 years we can retire from what we were doing and still know that we're going to have our retirement and another method of passive income. A lot of people do property investments, rental property investments, right? That's the same thing. It's passive income. They've retired and now they still have income coming in. The difference here is there's no headaches with rental properties. I used to be a landlord, and trust me, I don't ever want to do it again. I have no shipping. I have no inventory that I have to keep. I don't have any of that. All I have to do is connect my products with my clients. And that's it. And then if I want to develop a team of others to do the same thing, then I'm going to get paid for that too. How simple is that? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, it sounds like multi-level marketing. I want you to think for a second about a normal corporation, right? Normal corporation looks like this. Board of directors, president, vice presidents, managers, regional directors, staff, you and me. It's a pyramid. Business is a pyramid. It just depends on what type of business and what they're offering you and what their compensation plan is. If you are in the same boat and you are worried that you are not ready to retire and you can't leave your job, but you need to be doing something else now to prepare for the moment that you are asked to retire, then you and I need to really connect. And I need to share with you this remarkable opportunity. There is nothing worse than staring every day at that retirement number and thinking, it's not enough. It's not enough. What am I going to do? I have a solution. And I promise you, if you just take the time to do some investment, and some research, and you talk to some people who've been using this platform, being a distributor of this remarkable company, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. I also want to talk a little bit about how this